I think it's good, to know who is participating this meeting, this Zoom meeting.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
We shall just wait a
No,
minute or
it's
two.
already started. Go ahead. It's open and people are coming in.
Oh, okay. So, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, every artist and friends from all over the world. My name is Fang Zhang. I right now live in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I have been working with Soshan Broch-Levitt on this exhibition over the last couple of years. And today it's my great honor to invite artists and friends over to share their exhibition opinions and their artist works inspirations with us. So first, let me introduce my co-curator, Soshan Broch-Levitt. Soshan, would you like to tell us where you are now?
In Yichang, just really above the water of Yangtze River or Changjiang River, the real Chinese name. I came here with Michael.
Wow.
And, tomorrow we're going back to Shanghai, and I'll go back, of course, to Himalayas Museum.
Yeah, that is a great event. This exhibition has been opened up to the general audience April the 18th, 2021. And the show is on at Himalaya Museum of Art. And Soshan has graciously honored her presence and her time to work with the museum people and staff on installing the show and made a wonderful guided tour. And there are more than 8,000 people right in attendance during the virtual guide tour. So I'm so happy that show has started, and we have a lot of attendees and visitors to grace the show. And this webinar is mainly for inviting all the audience and all the participating artists to have a look into the exhibition and also have a chance virtually, very sadly because of the pandemic, to come over and listen up to what the artists have been working on and why they make all these artworks and how they interpret their artist works and how the curators look at their artworks. So today is our time, and we like to invite the artists on board. And me and Soshan are talking about the show. It happened more than 5 or 6 years ago, right, Soshan? We started, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Chongqing, actually. It started
Yeah,
in
with the
with the
photo
three
and video.
Israeli artists, Michal Ayman, Bird Nissim, and Noah Yakutieli. Hi, Noah,
Yeah.
are you here?
Wow. And I remember our collaboration and our friendship started more than a decade ago, right? We met in
Yeah.
Beijing and we had a lot of pleasant time to visit the artist studios and meet the curators and have talks with the artists. And also we have wonderful trips to many cities in China, right? Attending seminars, joining conferences, and also visiting art fairs. So many wonderful experiences come back. And so, Shan, would you like to elaborate a little bit on our exhibition theme, impersonating myself and becoming myself? And then I will add my partial. Thank you.
Okay, we have like 22 artists, women, only women artists, 11 Chinese, 11 Israelis. Most of the works are from 2011 until now. I mean, from the 10 years, 10 years from now. We have 47 works. Photograph, photographs and the video artworks. And we show all our exhibition in two very big halls. host. Okay. I think it's kind of, we celebrate something. I feel we celebrate something, our freedom, our new way of seeing ourselves as women. And I have a lot to say. I don't know what to start with, but I would like to start with the sentence written by um, Simone de Beauvoir. In 1949, she published her book, very famous book, The Second Sex. And she wrote that, I will quote her sentence, just a second. A woman is not born, a woman, no, one is not born, I'm sorry, one is not born, but rather becomes a woman. But she was complaining about, the way society controlled by men and how they treat women during the history. But I feel we can take this sentence and revisit this sentence and to see it in our way, in a new way. Feeling very good about it. Okay, this is my opening.
Yeah, thank you, Soshan. And I would also like to add on a different part of it. As Israel was established, founded in 1948, and China was founded in 1949, and both countries started very anciently back in thousand millennia. Many years ago, and we all share a very long history of tradition and culture and a lot of splendid artistic inspiration in the whole world. And it wasn't just up to decades ago that both countries started global and cultural communications, and it's like our journey. We came across our roads only 10 years ago, so it embarked on a new journey of exploring our own identity as women that exert her full agency and subjectivity. And this is how I get inspired from many Chinese and Israeli artists. So I think without further ado, we will just come on board and invite artists to share with us their artistic inspirations. So this is the title. And as Shoshan said, it's including 47 artworks, mostly with photography and video. And so this is the world, like we are talking about both Israel and China are wide apart, but also we are situated on both ends of Asia, and we have a long tradition of cultural communications. And thanks to the museum staff in Himalaya, and Himalaya Museum, we had this show screened, and also we have a short video produced just for the artists who were not able to come to see the show in person. But here we are. Thank you.
Real. Sharon, do you see?
Yes, I can see. A video and a video.
Yeah. 12 Sharon. Here is Simone de Beauvoir. Noah. Val. Alto.
Okay. All right, let me get rid of this. Back to our PowerPoint. Okay. Thank you for your patience. And yeah, this is the idea that inspired us both, me and Soshen, to work on this show. And it was our pleasant journey. And we had this show opened at the Shanghai Tech University in 2019. And then because the pandemic, we were stranded in both countries, and we couldn't go back. And then so Shan picked it up and then traveled this show from Shanghai Tech to Shanghai Himalayas Museum. So basically, this show talks about a lot of how the women, as both mother, as wives, as children, daughters, and how they engage with themselves fully with the society, with the issue that happen around their life, and how they are motivated by communicating with people through their artworks. So first, we would like to invite Qian Yi to come on board and introduce her video made in 2019 entitled "The Piping of Heaven." Tian Lai Lai.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Good
Hello,
to see you.
everyone.
Just wait a sec. I have to start the video. Okay, here you go.
Oh, okay. So so Zhangfang, I have a PPT. Do you want me share my PPT and say that, or
Oh,
share?
yeah, just hold a minute. I want to.
Yeah.
I
You want to
want
show my
to
animation?
show the video work first.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
We will go fast forward a little bit, and then. Qianyi, you can now start to explain your work a little bit, and
Okay.
so people can get an idea.
Okay. So okay. So my exhibition is called Tian Lai Lai. So now you're watching. Yeah, it's this one, and which means the piping of heaven. It is the story of a girl looking for her real voice, and she is undertaking her journey to the heart. And as she is looking for heart and body, the audience will find out the inside her body is the entire cosmos. The exploring and feeling her inner self, she will start to relate to the atmosphere around her. So Jaffa, maybe so I can share my PPT and tell everybody. I already edit some PPT, so
Okay,
maybe it's
that's
better
good.
to share and talking. Yeah.
Okay, I just like the audience to see this breaking of the plate of I Ching.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I think this is a striking section in your whole video. Yeah, this plate of I Ching in Chinese cultural tradition is a kind of like a panel. It's a way to tell your own destiny. So it's predetermined before you were born even. So this is how Qian Yi is working on the destruction through the animation to seek out her own self, her own identity. Okay, so I'm going to stop my share and let Qian Yi to share this. To stop it.
Oh, hi. Some guests to say hi to me. Thank you. Okay, and I share my PPT. So and so okay. Can you see?
Yes.
Jaffa?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So hello everyone, my name is Chen Liu, and I'm honored to be able to attend this conference today. And thank you for Jonathan to show my video before. And I want to say something about this exhibition, and I think this exhibition is relevant nowadays. So in a time where our thoughts are consistently updated regarding sex and identity. So, and my exhibition is called Tian Lai Lai, which means the piping of heaven. Yes, and so this is talking about the girl who is want to feeling herself, and she is looking for the heart and the body. So, and at the last, she is connected to the cosmos by through her body. So this is the first of part of our animation of my animation. Yeah, so now she is looking. So this card is now she looking for her inner side. Yes, and connected to the atmosphere. I mean, this means cosmos. Yes, and so Tianlai is from an ancient Chinese philosophy called Chuangzi. Chuangzi, the philosopher, after defining the sound of human and the sound of the earth, asks us, where is the sound of heaven? So in my animation, I dialogue with Chuangzi in order to answer this question. And when I was in primary school, I was living in Japan, and but I moved back to China. So there, I was surprised by the remaining impact of ancient poetry and literature. So people still go to the wisdom and enlightenment. So after thousands of years, so that surprised me. And the Tianlai come from this experience. So Zhang Fang is already mentioned everybody, but I hope that you can focus on the last part of the movie. So where the girl broken her plate of I Ching that was used for the divination of her fate. So which means that she will have to fight her destiny. So the sound of Tianlai is in our mind and in the nature. So we are very close to the cosmos, and the Tianlai is in everywhere. So in this work, I wanted to make tradition and pop culture crash with one another into some kind of fireworks. Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Of course. Shoshan, please.
While she's temping her heart, and for me, it looks like she wants, to not to feel so much, not to be a woman that is connected always to her heart.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's why I want to push my heart and the feeling I'm living and I'm blessing. And sometimes I think, especially in Asia, especially in Japan, so woman is not easy to speak her mind. Still now in this nowadays, so advanced era, so women still can't say something straight. So it's a kind of shy, and it's some beauty in the Asia. I think this is problem. So I think so. So maybe that's why I put this cut in my animation. I want to touch myself because sometimes if I not touch myself, nobody will touch myself. So I want to say, oh, please feeling myself and feeling my voice. And that voice, I mean, that is Tianlai, maybe.
I see. Thank you. Your video work is the last one, the last work in our exhibition. And I just decided to put your work in this place because I like what you quote, Chuangzu sentences. I would like to read them. The piping of the heavens permits each to become itself, each choosing to be itself. But from whom such a breath? And I thought we have opportunity to think a lot about the and about these sentences.
So, Zhang Fang, help me. What's the meaning of this question? Sorry.
Hold on, I have to start our I think Qianyi is quoting Zhuangzi saying, like all around the world, both plants, animals, human beings, even the lifeless thing, there is a reason they were surviving, they were living in this world, and even this tiny sound of the wind produced some lively music. And then she's talking about, so we should seek out our own voice, in this mundane world. And so she's from the very beginning as a young girl, exploring and climbing up into the heaven. And then she bypassed a lot of chaos in the whole world and, in the modernized society even. And so she has to, destroy all of that. It's kind of like, it's like a journey into finding her own self. It's an identity seeking. So when she says, to whom the voice is coming from, it means she can only seek out her own voice. There's nobody else that can, fully control, like Yijing plate, that can control her destiny.
Fully agree. Yeah, I fully agree.
Thank you.
So we
you.
will, yeah, we will have a further discussion. I mean, even between the artists and curators, and talking about a lot of more details. Yeah, because within a short time of even this panel, or
Okay.
even a 10-minute short video, we cannot fully explore what's in between all these nuances of the concepts and idea. Plus, it's also cross-cultural, you know, cross decades and traditional ideas that we have to, you know, explore and understand. But that opens another reason for us to undergo a further discussions. Thank you, Qianyi. Thank you, Soshan,
Okay,
for
thank you so
talking. And
much.
then we will move on to another second artist.
Okay.
Yeah, so Xu Jingyu, would you
Hi.
like? Yeah.
Hello. I say hi from Florida. to everyone.
Oh,
I'm honored to participate in this exhibition. I would like to thank the two curators and the museum. I also honored to exhibit with the artists from China and Israel. I admire their work very much. This is a story behind my work, Angel, is that picture. I remember 10 years ago, an evening in Songzhuang, east of Beijing, I put on the feather clothes that I had designed and made, which looks a little weird now. I was working in an empty place. First, I just want to photograph myself on the relatively empty high area. But suddenly, flock of sheep seemed to have fallen from the sky. At first, I was scared. I, I, I tried to move carefully. When I went to the left, the sheep followed me to the left. When I went to the right, the flock followed me to the right. We went back and forth several times. When I went back to my studio to look at the photo, I wondered, why was there no shepherd? As I record now, I don't think the shepherd even appeared. But now I realize that in that moment, God, the Good Shepherd, was with me. Isaiah says, I reveal myself to those who did not ask me. I was found by those who did not seek me. Okay, it's about this work. Thank you. And next one, please. Those artwork was created after the angel. It's a few years later, like 4 years later. And you may see the connection or relationship between them. Yeah, you may see in my art that I stick to a feeling of peacefulness. Okay, this is a bit of information about my art in this exhibition and my testimony. I'm Xu Jingyu. Thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Great. Yay.
Thank you, Jingyu. The reason I'm putting Qianyi and Jingyu's two works together, I think they are boarding on different tracks, but they end up in a same journey. That is journey to discover themselves, to find out their own femininity, and also discover their own identity on their own personal exploration. So, like in the case of Qianyi, she was exploring the Chinese tradition, while Jingyu, and by accident, she bumped into this flock of sheep, and then she ended up in looking for peace and love and harmony in the realm of Christianity. So this is how Christian and Chinese cultural traditions beliefs also bring up to the exaltation of energy and self identity discovery. So the reason is like that. So now let's move on to the next artist, Radha Adon. Are you there?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Rada?
Yeah, the reason we want to explore these artists is because many artists cannot come to the show, and it's also in a quite long video. And if Radan is not here, I will put on the video. And Shoshan, can you explain some of her works?
It's very complicated.
It is, yeah, because both cultures have a long history and so many embedded themes and the culture.
Speak about Raida works. Michal? They are very good friends and they both visited China last 2 years.
And you always hi everyone.
Hello.
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 I'm not prepared, and I'm not sure I can speak for Rada. I would just say that we are very close to each other.
Yeah.
Because of the notions.
We're not seeing the video.
So
We're not seeing. No.
Maybe let's, I don't know, maybe if it doesn't work, I'll just say some words and later.
You didn't see the video?
No.
Oh,
no.
That's okay.
But that's very much Raida, by the way, that we don't see the video and she's just
sorry. Let me share this.
It's a good spirit.
It is. Oh, I'm sorry. Probably it opened up in another screen.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see it now?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Let me.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, for me, this movie, this artwork was very touching because I do see, she tries to reduce her gendered body by cutting out her hair. And she doesn't put on nice, beautiful clothes. And she tried to reduce herself to the minimum. And then she's evoking us to think about where we are and who we are and where we are. And she herself is so powerful and she can lead a whole journey all by herself. And even though she's stranded on the land, stranded in the ocean, and she is able to repetitively, discover herself whenever she is. And, women, we are created, right? And we are also the creators. So that's why I feel very much touched when she also has, her community with her, and also along with her, there's the flock of the lamb. If we know the Bible, that's associated with Christianity too. And I think Soshan also has something to talk about the relationship between womanhood and also the situation while living in Israel, bordered with so many other Middle Eastern countries which are antagonistic to them, how they engage in those political situations. There were a lot of refugees, right? People were deported and people were kicked out. So a lot of diaspora situation happen in not only for the artist situation but also for the people. So that's how I believe that work by Radha is talking about. So Shan, can you give us a little bit
Can I just say
further?
something, Sam?
Sure.
We have to maybe organize a little bit. Raida is a Palestinian Israeli artist. It's not a simple position, as she's Israeli and Arabic and Palestinian, and she's whoever is interested in the Israeli and Palestinian culture. I think she is a key person and a key artist also as an actor, and as she's doing video, she's doing performances. And she's talking about being a stranger. She's talking about what it means to be a woman without home. And I want to say something. I was in Shanghai for the exhibitions, and we also met so many wonderful Chinese artists, and we had a chance to talk. And I think there is something in common already, what I saw till now, and I heard artists I don't know, that women needed to talk to and to develop their own language since the world started, because of forbidden things. And there is so much in common also with the work of Raida and all the artists, finding a way which is a new language that we can speak because we are forbidden for so many years, and still to say what we want to say. And I think Raida is so brave of putting herself in the front and as a woman and talk about her culture. And she's very, very unique for that.
Yeah, thank you, Michal. That's wonderful.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I think it cuts the automatic links between woman, home, bed, all what we know about is new by her. Is new in her work, and it's a lot of very strong images in her work.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, plus she has multi-layered identities, right? She's a woman and she's, bearing all these national identities. She has to combat back all these constraints. And I was touched also by a group of women wearing black clothes and they were eating apples. I think there is a very deep connotation. I can't say more than that. So thank you. Thank you all for participating in the conversation. And let's move on to the next artist, Hu Jiayi.
Where are you? Hello.
Jiayi, are you
I'm
there?
here. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, can
Can
you
you hear me?
start? Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the invitation of Miss Chang Fang and Miss Xu Chen. My name is Jia Yi. My work involves performance, video installation, picture photography. I came from the Grape Valley of Turpan of Xinjiang province in China. Xinjiang River Autonomous Region is an area inhabited by various minority groups. Most families in Xinjiang believe in Islam. There are always outbreaks of violence in this far western region. And my grandfather has been working in Academy of Agricultural Sciences in Turpan for almost 50 years. He's an expert in planting and cultivating grapes. It connects with this work called the Watch Out on New Year's Eve. There's a large terrorism event in 2009 in Xinjiang. Many people died in this event. After that, everything was different. I was experienced in this whole situation. People being killed. Many people being killed. Let me see. Until 2015, many violent terrorist incidents are still going on in Xinjiang. Meanwhile, my grandfather is dangerously ill, so that we didn't celebrate Chinese New Year because of sadness. Chinese family usually has a yearly reunion on New Year's Eve, but this year, I watched beside my grandfather's sick bed for several nights. I went out with a gun to my birthplace where my grandfather and I used to stay and play. It's really silent out there. Especially New Year's, the situation is tense. I stayed the whole night with the gun, cause I want to protect my birthplace, protect my hometown. Also, I want to protect my grandfather too. At the other hand, we all know the gun is forbidden in China. It's illegal for me to have that gun. I want to change the picture.
Sure. To the next one.
Yeah, thank you. The second work is ice
I
skate.
have to share another screen. Yes, this one.
Okay.
Sure. There's another video work. Okay. Oh, it's not very clear.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
I skate? Okay.
Yes. Can I show my screen?
Okay. I would just move a little bit further, and so yeah. So we can ask the artist to share her screen. Okay, cool.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. The first picture is my is the place that my grandfather and I usually stay is a grape valley. And this second one is the road before my around our house. And the horses played with me. This is the watch out on New Year's Eve. And this two picture is my recent work. I wear my mustache. This is ice skate. We usually ice skating and skiing in Xinjiang. Since I leave my hometown, I can't find the real ice in Chongqing. So I ice skating onto layered plates of tempered glass. The glass is very sleek and I constantly fall down. Then I exhausted. The surrounding environment is a construction set. And in the video, heavy machine can be heard working. The video was shot from two angles, but the overhead perspective was finally chosen because I saw my inverted flexion in the glass. I find that the conflict is not between me and the external world, but I and myself. Okay, that's all. Thank you for your attention, and I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, Jia, for talking to us about the life you have been experiencing both in your hometown Xinjiang and also your second city Chongqing. That's a very touching moment when you talk about terrorism, right? This is the whole world issue as well. You know, the conflicts between different races, between different ethnicities, even within a country, that's a big challenge for all of us. Plus, we are women, right? And
Yes.
The upcoming new work I see is so fascinating with you putting on the mustache, right? That's how you can alternate, you know, in between man and woman, and how can you generate a new self, right? That's very touching.
And
yes.
Next.
One more thing, very important. Do you hear me?
Yes.
The way she takes the mirror, which is also something that is very connected to, let's say, women stuff. Look what she's doing with it. It's a mirror.
That's, with her reflection, both the sky,
Can I say something to Jahia?
Sure.
I miss you.
I miss you too.
So much since we met.
Thank you.
Just
Yes.
hope that we'll be able to bring you all here to Israel. When I think it's a great exhibition and we should all meet here, but I really miss you. I mean, you're in my heart all the time, and I think your work is so amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I miss you too.
Yeah, Jia is a very young artist. She was born in 1993, very young, and so we are very happy we found her. You know, her work is very not that much mature as a feminist piece of artwork, but also she's a strong activist, not only an artist, just like Radha Adan. Yeah, they both voice their strong opinions towards the cultural and ethnic conflicts. And next we will invite Johnson to come on board. Did you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
With Johnson's work? Yeah, when Soshan talks about the mirror, here is another artist.
Yeah. Again, a mirror.
Yeah, Johnson, can you speak?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I can.
Are you in Hainan right now?
Yes, I'm from Hainan.
Wow, all over the world. Hainan. Wow, it is amazing we are gathering here.
Now, I'm going to start explaining my work.
Yeah. I can show a little bit short screening of your video on this side.
Yes. The exhibited work is a video recording our performance work, in which I sit in a small box made of a mirror and hide myself in the open exhibition hall. There are cameras inside and outside the box. Both my action and that of viewers are displayed on the wall through a projection 8 hours a day for 3 days. Through my work, I want to explore the contradiction and the psychology between hiding and revealing. In addition, 8 hours simulates every day 8-hour working routine. Such kind of laborious work is turned into a game with an austere simplicity, which is what I want to experience through my work. My major is painting. I work with performance, installation, and videos as an experimental attempt. I attach more importance to ideas and concepts. Therefore, I pay more attention to the psychological impact. At the same time, the practice of performance can provide a surrealistic experience which is beyond expression of languages. I believe in a kind of structural power in and out of the mind when concepts are distilled and demonstrated in my artworks. I finished. Thank you.
Yeah, so Johnson was a teacher at Hainan, and she come from Shandong province, and she was trained as an oil painter, but she's now working mostly with performance, video, and photography. And in her work, and she also discovers how she can engage with the audience by hiding herself and revealing herself on the other hand onto the screen projected through a camera hidden inside this mirror box. Thank you.
What you're saying, all those hours, what we're saying again and again about the mirror. Mirror is.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yes, we hear you. I have to. Yeah.
Oops. Anyway, I wanted to say that I like the way that Johnson used the box, putting a human being, a woman, and a human being inside the box. The box is very, it's like a hero in the abstract culture and the art during the 60s, 70s, even now. But somehow she changed it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, as in the curatorial essay, so Shan talked about also the box that's associated with Andy Warhol's Brillo box, right? It's all the symbolic also of consumerism and the consumption of, commercial products, being mass produced. And here we see her, Johnson imprison herself into this frozen box, mirrored out into the whole world. Just she's hiding in between this little tiny box, and she's exerting her power from inside and out. Okay, the next artist is Qiming. Qiming was also a very young artist, and she's brilliant. She conducted a whole journey by fabricating or virtually realizing her Angel Haha airline company. So I'm not sure. Qiming, are you there? Maybe she's not. She's
Hello?
in. Hey, okay. I'm just inviting you on board. Could you please explain us to this series of photographs?
Okay, cool. Thank you. I mean, it's so honored to join this panel. And I'm very happy to be part of this amazing exhibition. And thank you, Fang, and thank you, Shoshan. I've been doing amazing curatorial work. So my name is Qiming, and I'm an artist based in NYC, and now I'm living in Beijing, but now I'm traveling in Hainan. So I'm for my art practice, I'm always very interested in the cross-boundary practice. So the Angel Haha airline, it's for me, it's the intention of creating this work. It's not only, you know, just trying to break the ideology of what artists can do and what female artists can do. So for me, it's kind of, also a way to find out who I am, and also a way to self-rescuing, because I've been living in US for 10 years, and I was an international student, and then I got my working visa, and I was born after 1989. So actually, I'm never interested in the political issue or big events. So every time when I going to the graduate school, so all my mentor, all my teacher will always ask me the question, you know, about the big Chinese, like, you know, the events like Tiananmen Square over again. But I feel as the new generation of artists, and also a Chinese artist, and I identify myself as a Chinese artist. So I feel like, you know, when we doing the art practice, we should like keep evolving and not just stopping. So Angel Ha Airline, for me, it's kind of break through the what is art practice itself. So I think our Angel Haha, it's a long-term entrepreneurship, conceptual entrepreneurship project. So it is since 2016. And the first Angel Haha project was a commercial. So I kind of hacking into the China TV station. So, and so all the like millions Chinese people see my 13 seconds, ha 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 ha, in front of the TV. So that was my first kind of performance. And then after that, and I was thinking, maybe we should do like dream big, and why not, right? So just don't even think about the ordinary, the traditional art form. But maybe we can think about beyond what is beyond the forms, and then to deliver the message and deliver the language. So, and then I choose business as my kind of the landing point. So, so somehow Angel Haha become kind of viral art project, and many people ask me, like, why are you doing this, and why? And people see this is as a, you know, feminism action. But for myself, I think I kind of don't want to take advantage of feminists, because I think the true feminist is like we're talking about equal. And so I sometimes feel it's very careful to use this terminology. But a lot of my work, because I was a dancer, so a lot of my work is based on performance. And I'm very interested in to understand the bigger choreographic system, namely ourselves and social structure, and also the consumerism, and also the mass production, the pop culture, and also that everything that create us and everything that structure us, by using the philosophy of choreography as a translation or as a coding and the intellectual framework to document and reveal the flexible aspects of human nature through the possibility of our destiny. It's present. So a lot of my work is kind of ridiculous and funny, but somehow it's from the curiosity of what can be new and what can be changed. So Angel Haha now is like become my major project, and after the Angel Haha airline, and it's a real airline. So when you see the photographs, it's kind of my promotion photograph. So a lot of like the Guardian, the Times, they use this as the press, as the article when they use it. So I use the marketing or the press as part of the practice. Actually I'm working on the third chapter of Angel Haha, and it will be released very soon in 2 months. So I hope I'm going to share this like big news or the announcement, and then with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Qiming, for furthering your your venture into really, realizing this big idea, of applying the marketing strategy, consumerism into your artistic practice. And I would like to take this little opportunity to congratulate on your new marriage. I mean, first marriage.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. We just get news. Chimi went back to her hometown, and she and her loved one were registered, right, as a couple.
Yeah,
yesterday. Yeah,
So now actually
congratulations.
we're in honeymoon.
Congratulations.
Honeymoon.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh wow, it's a whole new world for all of us. We are not only young daughters, baby girls, but we are also developing into a full mature woman. And I also like to use this opportunity to celebrate the birth, right? The birth of is that Bari who's giving birth? Shoshan. And is yeah.
Queen. Yeah.
Yeah, and among one of the Israeli artists, one of them is giving birth, so she cannot participate in today's conversation. Also, a big shout out to her also for welcoming the new world, another new lovely angel. Thank you. Let's move on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex. Kubak.
Alex is not here.
Oh, okay. But Soshan, maybe you can abbreviate shortly about her works.
We wanted to show 5 works,
Yeah.
but we were not allowed to show all of them, so we could just show 2 works. Yeah. Alex was born in Ukraine, and she immigrated to Israel, and most of her works deal with the being a immigrant and a woman that immigrant from Russia or from East Europe to Israel, and they have to deal with a lot of difficulties, like being stereotyped as prostitutes and so on, by Israeli men. You can see this kokoshnik. This is the name of the hats that she is wearing. In Russian, it calls a kokoshnik. As she put, instead of having gold and pearls, she put there like business card of prostitutes, prostituters in Israel. I don't know if you can see. You have to.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah, it's all the erotic poses of the girls. Yeah.
And the second photograph, yeah, it's Venus. Not coming from the real ocean. It's just the Mediterranean Sea, not with all the mythological spirits, but very simple and very like from the trash with this cupboard box, and the plastic is plastic whatever, it's kind of wrap, plastic wrap is her dress. And I think also you can see the body is not the Botticelli's women ideal of beauty. She's like a boy more than a woman, the stereotype woman. She raised a lot of questions and change our way of watching and seeing women, and especially women that immigrate from many countries to Israel.
Yeah, so it's a very sad fact of life that many women in this world have been fetishized and eroticized and, commercialized even. So that's why artists are activists to voice these, big concerns and strike back towards this male gaze, I guess. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on to Dan Dan's work. Dan Dan, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Come on.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. It's my honor to take part in this amazing show. I saw a lot of touching work. Thank you. Thank you, Zhangfang. Thank you, Shoshan. Thank you, all the artists. So my name is Wu Dandan. I graduated with a MFA degree from the photography studio of the Century Academy of Fine Arts in 2013. When I started in college, I really feel that human beings have created so many photos. Since the invention of photography, people have photographed Sicily. Now, digital technology is accelerating the making and sharing of photos worldwide. Because of this, I have been thinking how I could not to take any more photos. Could I use some photos already existed to create my works? Following these concepts, I have started with some tentative experimentation on photo images, such as this serial. This serial is called 穿针引线 in Chinese, literally meaning going through the needle and showing with threads. It has double meanings actually. The first meaning is to embroider using needles and threads. The second meaning is to act as a go-between. In this series, I take some existing images from magazines and embroider some traditional Chinese images in order to create newer images. However, this series is important for me, not because of the embroidery craftsmanship, rather it's my attitude, which is not to create images with photographer that makes more sense for me. Moreover, I try to discuss the relationship between people and consumption through this kind of tradition craftsmanship. Thank you.
Thank you, Dandan. Dandan has been working a lot with photography, just really taking a lot of amazing photographs. And like what she stated, she's fed up with, just taking photograph and producing, massively another batch of photographs to this whole world, which was inundated with photos already. And she instead pick up, the Chinese traditional embroidery and tries to use all these color threads and to work on the ready-made, from the magazine pieces, papers. And then this image was really, touching. And she has all these portraits of anonymous persons, and then she, embroidered, all these color threads, and to diminish the faces, in this way, she's also talking about how much this world was, creating a similar image for all of us, and each one of us distinctive features has been destroyed and by this consumer society. So let's move on to Noah Raffle. Is Noah here?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is
Yafe?
another.
Show us. In Israel, no Yafe. She's very, very busy right now. She couldn't join
Yeah,
us.
she's probably producing another new body of works and engaging with new project. And you see, right? So Shan, can you talk somewhat?
We have here only two portraits, as if it's a real portrait, but it's not. It is not. It's like making kind of sculptures in her mind, and what you see is a doll that she colored in black. The eyes are, of course, are not real eyes. One of the eyes belong to her is an artificial eye, belonged to her mother. The second eyes belonged to a white man. And the sculpture is wearing a black hood, which reminds us, you know, some like bad people. And she calls it self-portrait. And the second, can you show, please? Second, yeah. The second one is actually, it's not a woman, it's a man, from his back, from behind. You can see, I don't know if I can show you. You can see his
bald head.
Yes, right here. And this is how she pretends, right? Pretend herself as being a man, a woman, from in front, from back. Who knows?
Yeah, so the identity, really, like I said, from Wu Dandan's photograph, I mean, embroidered photograph, it's a real, you know, sad thing. This whole world has made us all look like the same, no matter our gender, no matter our identity, and other factors are also destroying our own personality. So in both of these two artists' narratives, we see how they interpret their understanding about this gendered body in the self-portrait look like photographs. Okay, let's move on to Noah Yakutieli.
Noah Yakutieli. Noah.
Yakutieli. Noah.
Noah.
I need also.
Yeah.
I need to put on this video also, and then I have to screen share this and screen share that link. Oh, so this one, I guess. Yeah, did you see this?
Yeah,
yes,
we see it.
Okay, good. Noya, can you, in the meantime, showing this installation at your home, can you also speak the concepts and the inspirations and how you deal with the pandemic during last year?
Yes. So thanks for having me. It's been really interesting hearing all, like, having a look at all the other artwork that was exhibited, and thank you for organizing it. So this was an installation that I created in the beginning, like in the first few months of the COVID-19 pandemic. As many of us that weren't able to go to my studio building in Los Angeles was closed, and I didn't have access to it, and I started working from home. So actually what you see here is a site-specific installation in one of the bedrooms in my apartment. There's something about the confinement in space that I think that also in relation to the exhibition that we're talking about that is now exhibited in the Himalayas Museum, I think it connects also to the, you know, the fact that also when we don't have a space of our own, we have the ability to create an inner world, you know, even when limitations are very complicated, when we don't have not space nor, you know, everything that we knew, all the control of our day-to-day life kind of fell apart. And maybe we could stop the YouTube.
Yeah.
And so I started creating.
Yeah, keep on talking.
Sure. And so I started creating this site-specific installation. I work in manual paper cutting. So all the black part of the installation, you could see it's all paper that I cut, and it's based on an image of my studio. And so the method of work, the idea of it was to work every time on a very small piece of paper because of the limitation of space. and kind of not knowing how the overall array would come together. So it's a matter of kind of working in this like pixelized version of life that we see a fragment. We don't know how it would evolve, but there's something in the consistency, in the pattern making, that kind of at the end evolves and reveals a reality and transforms a reality and turns one space into in a certain way into a pseudo reality, like a portal
Sorry, I can't
into.
hear you guys.
Oh, does someone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, Soshan. I don't know what's going on my end. I can't hear you, but I'm still keeping on. Please bear with me. I don't know why I lost.
This is
I
Jorge.
cannot hear you guys, but I'm going to keep on showing this one, and then I will open my other laptop and join. But here we have Hu Haibo's work, and I got to share with her works also. Stop this share. And I'm going to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there are so many things I have to. Let's see this one. Have to.
Hi, Zhangfang. Can you hear me?
One and okay, here we have this one.
No, not yet. No.
Haibo, can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you get on board and start to introduce your works? And I lost.
But you can't hear me, right? Can you hear me?
Recording in progress.
Haibo, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me?
Yeah. Can you start to talk?
Okay. I'm sure. Okay. I can't.
Oh, can you see me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to share my tea. But I can't share. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Can you hear me now? I have to open
Yeah.
my other laptop. Okay.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. And hello everybody. I'm Haibo. I'm in Beijing. I would like to thank the curators, Ms. Shou and Ms. Zhang Fang, for their contribution to this exhibition, and organizer for providing a platform for this exhibition. It is a great honor for me to have this opportunity to participate in the exhibition with so many outstanding artists. Next, I will briefly introduce my works.
In July 2016, I had an accident in a tunnel on my way to Nangqian Temple, which is in Tibet. As I climbed out of the passenger window and waited for rescue, the passing scenes and illusions flashed before my eyes. On the way to the nearest Nangqian Country Hospital, there were a series of tunnels, which made me feel like a moment with a kind of time and space, dislocation and illusion. I seem to feel that my life will be spent in this infinite loop of the tunnel. Like the inertia of the shuttle set, time becomes uncertain in the tunnel, and the myriad images of everyday life loom in strange ways. Day and night cycle in and out of the tunnel without end. Does this cycle bring me pleasure or pain? Is the vision you encounter in your journey an illusion, or is it destiny? I look for an outlet in the ceaseless day and night. You can see in the video, the inside of the tunnel is a gray area, while the outside of the tunnel is a black and white editing structure, alternating day and night. There are 22 pallets interspersed inside and outside the tunnel. We can see the video structure I draw in the picture. It presents it presents a circle, which is exactly what I want to express, the endless cycle of day and night. So I think the title Round the Clock is more appropriate than day and night. The tunnel is a concept of uncertainty, fear, and confinement. It is a metaphor of sickness, but the outcome is unknown. There may be light or there may be darkness ahead. The darkness here implies light. If it can be cured, there will be hope. Round the clock video have also been presented in the form of video installation works. Round the clock is a part of the tunnel project, and no matter in which way it is presented, the keywords will revolve around the cycle of reincarnation, dreams, penetration, communication, and healing. I use the tunnel as a carrier. It is a channel for me to tell, persuade, and save my spiritual practice. So we glide through the public tunnel and the inner tunnel to our respective destination alone, which is also the channel for people to scream out. Well, that's what I want to say about my works. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you. Thank you, Haibo, for your wonderful introduction to the multi-layered tunnel projects. And we learned, from now on, there are already more than 11 artists who have finished their artworks introduction, and we can see how much, each one of us, no matter our country, no matter our race, our identity, each one of us is really having so many difficulties in, in facing this reality, the reality of the world. And I'm very happy that Haibo survived that car accident, and she used that accident to generate her inspirations and come out with a wonderful art piece for us to reflect about life and death. And next, I'm going to share my slide back, and here we have moving on to another artist, Tao Shouchat. Yeah, is Tao here?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then, yeah, I think, yeah, well, you know, it's like multi. Oh, sorry, I don't have the video password, and the password was not correct, and so we cannot really show her video piece here, but we can move on to her. Yeah, this is a very impressive photo series on the relationship between mom and daughters.
This is one, and the second.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, the same sea like we've just seen in Alex Kubatov work. This is her mother, and she's buried in the sand, holding her mother hand, but they of course have a strong connection, but it seems like her mother cannot help her.
Right. You know, it's like every one of us, right? Like me, I'm living in this country, and even though we can virtually talk to each other, but in terms of real hardships, I mean, it's only up to myself. I have to strike out a resolution or solutions to help myself. And but over these last half a century, I do, you know, benefit so much my love, the love and mother support. And you know, sometimes when we are mature and we venture out into a difficult world, we have to find our own way. So thanks to the artists, and they can voice our concerns, voice our you know, life hardships in visual languages. Okay, and next, Danwen, are you able to hear us?
Yes, I hear you. Sorry.
Yes, you have to close one device. Otherwise, there is a sounding.
Can you see me? Nothing, right? Can you see me?
Never mind. Even though we can't see you, but
okay,
you
it's
can
fine.
see us. I can.
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, it's fine.
So this is the video presentation, and I got to share us this very impressive. Okay, hold on. I got to find the passcode. So the virtual world make us easier, but on the other hand, you know, you have to maneuver in between different panels. Okay. All right. I'm going to share with you. Okay, hold on. Wait a second. I got to stop this share and share the video piece.
I could see her.
Can you see it? Yeah, can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Danben, can you start introduce your works? Did you see my screen of showing the video?
Yeah, I see it. I think the hair is very jogging. It's like speed is very bad. But I don't know if anybody else can you see smoothly this video, because here for my screen is very bad.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my connection is good, so I can see it very clearly.
Yeah, because it's on Vimeo, so it's
yeah, in China,
it's kind of blocked. Yeah.
But would you please, start to tell us your story?
Okay. Well, you know, this work actually is a two-video piece, showing two very opposite actions. One side, the left side, is the mom knitting a sweat dress for the daughter, and the right side, the right side panel, the daughter is revival the dress. So actually this this whole video is based on the real performance. So the left panel took the mom 25 days to finish knitting this dress, and then the right side, the daughter, took her few hours to totally unravel the dress. So my idea is really to talk about the relationship, especially the relationship, the feeling about love, because I think when more I grow up, more I become older, more I realize what's the most beautiful thing for a human being feel life is beautiful. What make us to enjoy, to love life and want to live well is because of love. So, but love is a subject which often people talk about it, but it's very, very but it often causes very complicated issues. And so I start to observe all these stories between people. I also observe, try to analyze my own problem too. So I decide to, I really interested in finding ideas to talk about this subject. So like this work, I decided to take very symbolic figures as a mother and daughter, which is very natural. Often that the mother and daughter relationship is often this love and being loved, and love and fight. You know, all this typical relationship. But through this relationship, I really want to talk about what is love, and what is love and being loved, and what is love and freedom. What is the power play between love? So this is a very often it happens to between the family, the parents, the children, the lovers, the couples, even friends, even in close colleagues when you work on projects. So and then I think at the beginning the whole idea was based on real performance, but eventually after, because I was thinking how I should shoot the how can I shoot the film with a very good quality of image, and that made me to decide to shoot 2 times. So because I have to tell the story, because I was having a very big solo exhibition in the Museum of Red Brick. What happened? Oh, yeah. Then so that was the work was the idea was to make the work as one of the new work for this my solo show. So so that was very under a lot of time pressure, and I was thinking I'm going to make a real live performance at the opening. But because I was thinking how I can keep the quality of the image, the photograph and the video film shooting quality, so I decided to first shoot the footage before and after I would do the performance at the opening. But after I really went through the true performance of revealing my sweater through the filming, I decided I'm no longer going to perform in public because I can present in more sophisticated way to talk about this kind of issues and make into a 2-panel video, and to become to make this video as a kind of opposite action, but in the end it become a loop that they are totally merged into harmony of understanding and acceptance. So and also in this work, I also really put my understanding of this also this generation gap on the, you know, people are in different understanding concept for many things, that when they are, how they all the feelings and the communication comes together. So yeah, that's how I made this work. Somehow like the beginning, the beginning of the left panel is the ending of the right panel. The right panel ending is the beginning of the left panel. So it's kind of two loops are kind of overlap each other.
Wow, yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I can imagine, right? I can really imagine how you lived through all these different lives as me, right? You have a sister, you have sibling of sister, you have your mom, and I bear 3 sons, and I cannot imagine what kind of life I will have if I have a daughter. You know, it must be another realm. Yeah. So this motherhood and this love in between, the intimacy, and also how to keep yourself integrity, it's a never-ended issue for women artists, for us. Yeah, thank you for sharing. And yeah, I believe the reason I put in these 2 artists together, you know, Dahlia, she made another, you know, impressive photograph about a young girl, and her mom, you know, is hanging on the bar, you know, trying to rescue or protect her, you know. It's all talking about mother, that's far more enough. Let me go, you know, this kind of pursuit for freedom and self-control, right? And the self, you know, recognition is very important. It's an always prominent in many women artists' works. Okay, because of the timing, and Dahlia, are you there?
She's not.
Oh, okay, but you see the photograph right there, and this is another artist, Marie. Yeah, she also talks about, you know, the generational gap and the love in between mother and daughters.
Can you show a little of her work?
Yes, sure. I have to stop this share and share another thing. You know, this is how. Sorry. Share another video screen.
Mother singing.
I know, but wait a minute. I have to stop this one. Okay, yeah, that's why we need some assistance behind us to maneuver in between this different screens. Oh no, not this one. I have to stop. New share. New share. Where is this? Is this the new share? This is the new share, I guess. Let's start. Okay. Did you see?
This is the artist.
That's the artist, Marie. Her mom is singing right down below. Yeah.
So much energy after such difficult life. As an immigrant who came from Iraq, it's an Arabic country.
Yeah. Sorry, this is her mom.
Yeah, she was housekeeper. She was cleaning houses, and now she's cleaning
the cleaning gloves.
But
حمر شاني عبدتي إيتو كل زمان بيربحتي كسف بقلالة اسمرتوت شو نتان كلي لعبود بشي أخلتي
She's narrating her soul story, right?
زي مسكيلين أنا لا مسكيلة
her daughter education.
Yes. It's coming to the end. There's 12 minutes long.
בכוח, בבריאות, ודרך אותי בכוח, בבריאות, וזהו, מה אני אגיד לכם? אני אספר לכם קורות.
Okay, there she is, the artist, I think.
She's crying, she's full, a total woman.
She's in bright dress.
This is the artist.
Yeah, she's the
Other ones are anymore to get married, but
yeah. So yeah, marriage, right? Motherhood are also two key concerns and issues the artists have been discussing in between both Chinese and Israeli artists. So I'm going to stop this share and go back to our new share. Okay. Okay. And yeah, like Xing Danwen is talking about relationships, right? This is a relationship talking between a mom and a dad, right? A husband and wife.
I think Karen is with us.
Yes, hi.
Oh, Karen, you are there. So I'm going, yeah, I shall show this
Hi,
video.
everybody.
Thank you for coming and tuning in. Here
Thank
is the video. Okay, hold on. I need to maneuver again to this.
Do you want me in the meantime to introduce myself?
Did you see my video now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. If you can see it.
Yeah, so this is both are my parents, my mom and my dad. This work is from 2007, so it's a lot of years ago. And I filmed them with 2 cameras. And, you know, it was another time of editing. Now everything is more advanced, but in this time I just edited that. I really put them together in my studio, and I throw things that I collected 1 month before the exhibition. And it was screening on a really big paper that was hung out from the ceiling till the floor. And it was projecting 2 of them. It was really big. So like the audience was like in the middle of the stomach. Like, yeah, so they were really big. And this only 2 times the object was really moving from both of the screening. And I can tell you about myself. I make my BA in Hamidrasha. It's the Faculty of Art, and I'm teaching there now. I'm teaching art education and art. I did my master MFA in Bezalel Academy. And I'm a mother of 6 girls. Yeah, I have 3 biological girls, and they are 17, 13, and 11. And during the last year, we became a foster family of another 3 girls that came from a really, really hard life. And it's a project of the Ministry of Israel. Mm-hmm. And so I have 6 girls in these crazy times, like in homeschooling, you know, there is no school and kindergarten. So what you said about girls and big family, it's really crazy. We don't know for how long they will be with us. Probably for another 1 year, till their parents are really addicted to drugs and alcohol, so they cannot live at home. We don't know them. So like this whole video art with my family, it's like having another context during this time. And it was shooting 14 years ago, so now I'm doing another things. But yeah, but in this time I really did a lot of work with my family, especially with my parents. And it was talking about relationship, right? Like they are throwing things and one said, like, I'm talking and you understand one thing and I understand another thing. So it's like a metaphor for these things. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really touched. You know, this is the case on everyday basis, not only between the loved one, between, you know, like what Danwen is talking about, the colleague, right? The community you are working or you are living or you are speaking with, there's always this disconnection, right? This miscommunication, you know. In China, we have this term saying the chick is talking to a duck. You know, they are not of the same.
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you know, and it's also like they are throwing things. So like they are communicating, but it's also like,
yeah. Well, thank you. That's a very humorous, you know, art needs humor, right? And the passion, you know, exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen, for sharing this. And next is Hadass Shot. Yeah, I got to share her new piece. Is she there?
Should be. Hadass.
What do you see here, right? This is some, you know, scenes. Have you, I think, Wenhui and I, we've been to Israel, right? In 2018, invited by the foreign ministry. And we went to the Dead Sea, right? So this is a sort of
nature.
Nature, yeah. There isn't personification of any figure here. It's just the landscape, the rocks, you know, it's like an earthquake. Yeah, so Shan, would you like to speak a little bit about this impressive video?
That's how you're not there? No, I guess no. She's pretending as if we are seeing right now a film of nature of a film about nature. But we will see in a minute or two that this is something that she's doing by herself. But we will see her hand, and this is the way we have to disconnect between nature films and what people, what we used to see as a nature film, and what we are doing from nature, what we are doing to the nature. This is a very special place in the whole world, not just in Israel. It's the lowest place in the world. And look what we are doing there.
Yeah, like when we talk about mother, right? We say nature and mother, we say mother nature. Yeah, if we don't love the nature, like loving our mother, and we will be living in a no world, you know, inhumane world, right? Without nature support.
It's a disaster around there.
It's a disaster, yeah. Yeah, shall we go back to our, thank you for speaking to us about how that works. And next, oh, I am feeling so, yeah, because we are like on the, many levels, artists are presenting themselves as artists, not only talking about innate, you know, very personal narrative, but also they are exerting full power into the, you know, into the whole world, like what Hadass is talking about, the natural protection, environmental issue. But here, Sharon is also talking about, you know, activism, art and activism is going hand in hand. So is Sharon there?
She was.
Share. Start sharing. Start a new share. Okay. Someone come to my help. Have to share screen and this one, the video one. Okay. Did you hear this one? Did you see this one? Sorry.
Yeah, we can see. Where's Sharon?
Sharon, this is her. She's here.
Sharon? She was there in the beginning. She said hello.
Yeah. So Shan, you know, the trees, right? The olive tree branches. Oh,
it was a fish orchard. No, no more.
Yeah, many artists have employed many symbolic, a lot of symbolism in their art making. And here we see the shaking of the tree branches is actually in the melody, right?
Yeah, the melody is what we all know in Israel and around us. Am, Doreh, Tzedek חברתי. It's about justice society. We were protesting all over Israel and around us for a long time. Nothing really has been changed, but still, we hope.
Yeah, she actually used a special computer technique to inject herself at different moments. And it looks like she's you know, amassing herself by representing the many others who is protecting with her together.
Yes, together she becomes a group.
Yeah, this is also in a space where the altar, the pitch altar was destroyed, right, into debris. So
it's about women tendency to protect nature, to protect life.
yeah. I think it's in a loop. Actually, the video wasn't that long. It's in 3 or 4 times of loop.
Until they become a group of 12, Sharon, or 12.
Yeah, so I'm going to stop that one. There are so many art videos, artist works.
And her second work, will you show the waterkeeper?
Yeah, I have to go back.
Very nice work.
Yeah, this is the video. Yeah.
Looks like Chinese work.
Which one?
This one.
Okay, you want me to play the video?
Yes, please.
Oh, sure.
It's like self-portrait.
Yeah.
Under
and fish is symbolic, I guess. Did you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You will see her face in a minute. She's not breathing, but it's like a kind of mythological story about the water in Israel. All the water come from one place, and it's kind of Venus. Here she is. She's a water keeper.
Yeah, these artists are talking about the nature that's
Can you
survived.
say something about the goldfish in China?
Golden fish. Golden fish represents the multiplicity, the capacity to reproduce itself very quickly, and also it's like a you know, like multiplications and reproductions, and also represent a lot of significant meaning, like life, right? A new life, revival. And people like to, but you know, people like to raise the fish in a pond just to keep them like a pleasure, like a enjoyment for pastime. But actually, fish has a lot of significant meanings in many fables and many myths, right, around the world. So, what's the fish significance in Israel?
No, I think not in the Jewish. Yeah, we have some fish, especially in the New Year. More important in Christianity.
Oh yeah, right. Yes, I mean religion is a very significant part in our whole life. Okay, sorry, I'm going to go back, and because of the timing, we go a little bit over the time, but we still have some artists. did you see my share? Got to move on to Ruya. Qian Ruya. She lives in Shanghai, so she's fortunate. Along with Johnson, they participated in the opening. So Qian Ruya, can you start to talk?
Yeah, hi, I'm Ruya, and I'm really honored to be here, and thank you for having me, and thank you to having me in the exhibition. And I'm an artist based in Shanghai, and right now I'm in art residency in the mountain. So this is one of my latest project. I have 2 projects going on right now. This is one of them. And this project is mainly talk about the objects and the people, the relationships about objects and the people. Because how I brought up by my family, I grew up in a very isolated environment. Like my parents, I don't grow up with my parents. I lived with one of my disabled uncle and a nanny for over 10 years, and they don't allow me to have friends, and they only let me to study. So basically my spare time is always in a small room, like reading and doing exercises like physics and chemistry and stuff, and always collecting stuff because I don't really have any connection with human beings. So I start to have connections with objects, and the objects make me feel secure. So I start to have a little bit hoarding problem since very young. And then because my family was really strict, so I was not allowed to have any belongings. Then after I grew up, then I started collecting a lot of things. Like I bought shoes, handbags, and all sort of stuff, like tons of them. Like it's overloaded my life. For example, I have dolls. I collected them because I think they're really beautiful. They don't getting old. They're objects. They're perfect. They don't have emotions. They don't get hurt. And I think at one time I have like over 40 dolls with all their like boxes and stuff, 40 to 50 dolls. And at that time I feel my life was really chaotic because, you know, when you have so many one stuff, it's occupied your daily life and you become one of them, or they become part of you, because every day you woke up, you saw them here and you have to put them there, or you have to organize all the stuff. So then I start to regulate myself to downsize all my collections, except dolls. I also collect other stuff like jade, silvers, antiques, and and any other stuff. So I start to downsize them. And then during the downsize process, I start to do this project actually. At first, I only taking photos of the dolls because I took photo of them, then I sold them. And then the first image is the first image I took of this project. There's one day I tried to organize the closet for the dolls, and I was like, I feel like I'm one of them. So I just had the idea to stuck myself into that closet also. And then I start to do the photos, more photos with them. Like for this one, I feel like sometimes I really don't want to face the reality. So I feel like I got dragged out. A lot of times I feel like that way. And also, when I grow older and older, the objects used to give me secure feeling, now give me insecure feeling, because, you know, for women, there's society, like you have to be, especially in China, in mainland China, you have to be 又白瘦, like you have to look young, you have to look pale, you have to look skinny. So I do have anxiety about it a little bit, to be honest. because the whole environment is like that. And when you grow older, you know, it's like an object. The object never changes. And for human beings, like maybe, for example, for a vase, antique vase, it's been there for maybe hundreds of years, even 1,000 years. But for human beings, you only be there for a few decades. So it's hard to say if you really collected them, like you owned them, or you're just one of the owners they collect. So these feelings also make me do the second video of me, like one doll dragged me into the closet. So I become one of their collection. Yeah. So yeah, this is my project. Yeah, that's all I'm talking about. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruya. I'm feeling very much, in empathy with the younger generation of artists, especially women. I think in nowadays, inside China, even though, it seems the world, there's no limit. The sky is the horizon. I mean, but it's actually in between. There are so many restrictions, right? Plus, especially at this time of pandemic, lockdown times, every one of us is like you, right? Experiencing this loneliness, being suffocated and feeling breathless, and we have to seek out comfort from something. And you find your dolls as your companion, but mutually you possess each other, right? You seem to empower them, and also you seem to be being forced upon. So this kind of like love and hate, conflictual relationship really talks a lot about our own feelings. Thank you for sharing. Hold on, dear friends, curators and artists. We still have 3 artists to go, but we are coming to the end very soon. Sorry about this. And next we will have Celine. Celine, are you there? Celine.
Hello.
Hi, Celine. How are you?
Hi. Okay. I appreciate about our exhibition. 2 years ago, we have a meeting in Shanghai with Shoshan and some other artists. And
from Israel.
from that time, I really feel we have a real connection with Chinese and Israel female artists. So don't waste time. So I began to start my introduction. Okay. In this exhibition, I show I'm Everywhere series. These photos are that I collected old photos of celebrities on the internet. And then I engaged myself in these photos by selfies and Photoshop. After I finished my creation, I uploaded these fictional photos back to the internet. And these photos now are equally spread and watched online as original photos together. I hope to inject a kind of ultimate reality into this spectacle era. All the works I exhibited this time about female, except Andy Warhol. I started to create this series in 2011 when I was 21st. In that time, I began to question the female identity in society. In the beginning, I wanted to make some photos of famous women like Maru, Frida, Simone de Beauvoir, and I can say that my creative process is that I need them to accompany me. And this female gave me a lot to think about female identity at that time. Later, with the development of my art making, the object I choose was no longer limited to gender. And then along with my art making went deeper. My creation changed from a simple group photo to an engagement in the historical events. Another important thing of my thoughts of my work is about how the internet influenced our life today. In today's world, especially in China, the development of the internet provides a unique form of participation and publicity. in which the public wants their repressed freedom and vocal enthusiasm in a unique way. Among them, I think image as the most direct and powerful means unbelievable number of netizens use their iPhones to create a world much larger even than this numerous country. So now this series is not finished. I started from 10 years ago. Now I'm 31st. So I appreciate our exhibition show in this year. It means something for me. I don't know how to end this series. So I wish continue creating more work by this way. So thank you so much. I finished my introduction.
You don't know how many people just, stand in front of this photo, you and the Prince Diana.
Oh, I see your photos in the exhibition.
The old ones,
How come? Yeah.
They feel confused about these photos.
Yeah. Mm. You must be 40, at least 50 now, if you can take a photo with Diana, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're blending about the real and false journalist and artistic photo is amazing. This is how you intend, right? You intentionally create this juxtaposition of the real and the false together to tell the current people in this society that many photos, many images produced online may not be the real thing, right? But also you can inject, your own personality into anything, you can be producing artistically in this world.
Thank you.
Thank you, Celine. And next we will have Mihao. Thank you, Mihao, for hanging out for so long. Thank you for your precious time. And Mihao, I'm so blessed that you are here with us. And just 2 days ago, I met Sarah Gordon, the curator of your solo show in 2019, when she presented your project, this one, in the US at American University. So would you like Mihao come on and talk about this big project? It's like a Celine, right? You explore the history of being, disenfranchised women back in the 19th century.
So first in the picture, it's my daughter, Emily.
I'm going to show the video so you guys can still talking. Oh, is there a video? Sorry, what's that? So Shan, can you, I know, it's Emily, what's the password? Emily 2016, 17?
I can look.
Sorry, I have to change my laptop. The other one broke down. I changed to my son's.
Can you look? Please?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, can you just tell me Emily 2016 or 2017? I forgot. It should be 17.
Well, all the world now, they know my
2016, I guess. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just sorry. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm going to start the video. Never mind. You can keep on talking. I have to get in the passcode. It's on Vimeo. There is a passcode.
Sarah Gordon, are you there? I can see your name, but hey, Sarah.
Yes, it is. Did you see it?
Yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
That's her daughter, Mihao. Yes, speak one word. Mihao, I think you could spend this time in explaining how you get in contact with this photo plate, made by Dr. Diamond. Yeah.
Thank you so much for this morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever it is. And everyone here. I'm so happy to see Sarah Gordon, my curator. I haven't seen her for a long time, and all you guys that we met in Shanghai.
Yes.
I think we fell in love with each other, and it was so wonderful. And I hope not only that we all meet one day, maybe I'm trying to speak with Tel Aviv Museum, whatever, but I hope also Sarah Gordon. I think if she's impressed enough by what you saw here, you see her, and you are so interested in the history of women and whatever, I think, I don't know, although I know what happened in the exhibition, this evening made me think that it's amazing. It's amazing the connections between we artists, Chinese and Israelis, but also all the notions and issues that we're raising here. And I'm very honored to be here. So I'll just say some words about myself, that not only that I'm an artist, but I want to say also something else, that I founded an organization for women in the academy and to protect and advance women's equality in the academy. In 2018, I also founded a public benefit corporation called an Academy of Her Own, which advanced gender equality in various academic institutions. And this is important for me to say, because I believe that women, if we can also be activists. And I think the works of art we have here are very much about not only connections between mothers and daughters, whatever, but it's also about trauma. And the word trauma maybe was not mentioned much today, but it's a lot about traumatic events. Not only that many people have traumatic events, but we women, we're challenging a lot of things in our life. And I have so much in common with so many artists here. And I will say that when I was 15 and a half, I confronted something which I was not supposed to see. And I think that in this event, I was kind of splitting myself. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think that in many of my works, I'm trying to find myself or to be one again, to match. It's about seeing something that I shouldn't have seen, but I was also asked to keep in secret. So I think that from this thing that I saw something, and then I couldn't speak about it, the need to bridge, not in words, we all have in common, I think, this bridges between mothers and daughters, bridges between events and whatever, as women, as I said before in the beginning. And also I decided to, although I pay a big price, also to build a bridge by being an activist and bring silence into the end as much as I can. In order I had a real moment when suddenly I opened a book about women in an asylum in the 19th century, a place for women that were told that they are insane. And I found myself sitting in an asylum in the 19th century with a dress. Maybe you can hospitalize me, but I don't think Sarah Gordon wanted to hospitalize me when I told her it's me in the 19th century, because she knows that I know that it can't be me 150 years ago. It can't. But, and this is the connection, when I look at the photograph, there's no doubt that it's me. So there is this space between knowing and between looking at something and say, this is me. And this is one of the spaces I'm trying to build as a discipline between psychoanalysis, between art, between human rights and women all together. So that is what I can say, but I would love Sarah Gordon to say some words about my work. I think she can say so much more than myself.
Yeah, but because of the, is she there?
Yeah, she's here. Just even 3 minutes will be a pleasure.
Yes.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Oh, Sarah, wow, wow, thankful for you to come. I'm not sure because in the last minute, I don't know whether you can join us. Thank you, Sarah.
Yes,
Yeah, Sarah made a wonderful show in 2019, thanks to, you know, the timing. Otherwise, we cannot see the show there too.
Sarah, she is in Washington
Yes.
now.
Sarah, could you please introduce yourself a little bit and then start to talk about Mihal's work?
Yes, good morning from Washington, D.C.
Wow,
and so
thank
much for having me. It was so serendipitous to meet you just the other day.
Yes.
And I'm so happy to see Michal again. So I would just say, you know, I had the great pleasure and honor of working with Michal's work a few years ago and engaging so deeply with it. And, you know, she, as she said, she sees herself in the past. She returns to the past to be with other women. She brings other women with her. She's open to other gender identifications as well. And I just, you know, taking part in today's event and seeing these works by other Israeli and Chinese women, it's so striking. And I've always thought of Michal's work as so unique. But what I've seen today are these real relationships and similarities among these artists and what they're doing. You know, these ideas that have come up in the other artists' work of journeying both inward and outward, you know, forward and backward. The works that I've seen that really invite the participants or the viewers to participate in them. You know, we've seen mirrors a couple of times, and it's just so exciting to see, as you said, these countries on the opposite sides of Asia, and obviously quite far from where I am, but all of these women artists investigating things that are so in some ways unique, but in other ways very common. And I know we're short on time, so I'll stop there, but I would love to continue the conversation.
Yeah. Thank you. It's really amazing to gather here, and here among with us, we also have some artists who have been like Michal, like you know, many other artists. They are voicing their concerns, and we are gathering together, and we are joining up together in collective force to strike out voices. And Guo Zheng is a very great artist, woman feminist artist, and she's based in New York. She has invited a lot of artists, curators, and activists, and writers, poets to work on many important discussions. And Li Xinmo too also has been working on mobilizing, you know, the collective force among, you know, the contemporary artists in China. I'm thankful for their to coming and participating. But last but not least, we still have Wen Hui, and Wen Hui is a wonderful, wonderful artist. She has been instrumental realizing how to connect the common people, right? The workers, the farmers, you know, the immigrants, you know, the disenfranchised, the people on the border, you know, to work with her in a collective force called Life Dance, right? Troupe. She has been initiating like 2-3 decades ago. Yeah. Thank you. So now I'm going to show, and so we will welcome Wen Hui to talk about her works. And last, we will have her to short. So hold on. Yeah, this is Michal's project. She has been inviting more than 150 people, right, to put on this dress. And
Telling the right number.
Yeah, it's amazing, you know. It's a big project. It's going on.
Some
right?
are very secret, yeah. So it's more.
Yes. So here we have Wen Hui, and I have to. Wen Hui, can you start to talk, and then I can share this.
Okay. Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this two movie. One is documentary movie called "Listen to My Third Grandmother Stories." Another one is called "Dance with My Third Grandmother." These two movie is like a sister. I call them sister. And I I like talk a little bit background about the movie. In 2010, my father passed away. Before my father passed away, I didn't know what my family history. I was really, and 2011, I asked my aunt how I can know the family history. My aunt told me you should meet your third grandmother. The third grandmother is the only one live in our family in that generation. She took me go to the mountain very far away to meet my third grandmother, what you showed in the film. Actually, before I meet my third grandmother, I never hear about her. She also never saw me. We don't know each other. Since we meet each other, we first time we meet each other, seems like we know long time. We all start body contact. I was said, I can say this topic I like to share with you today is use my body memory to touch the camera. I meet her and we start body have a contact. Then I ask her about my family history. She immediately talked to me about her own story. Actually, of course, her own story also is linked to my family history. She's aunt of my father. Then I immediately fall in love with her story. I stay with her for 10 days. I just listen to her talk her story. After I interview her, I back to my
Excuse me, can you see this screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
The dance? Thank you.
Yes. This is the second movie, Dance with My Third Grandmother. After I make documentary film in 2012, I like to adopt a documentary film to the theater. I think I back to the village. I bring the DVD to her to see this movie. I would like to rehearse with her. Then because her story was amazing. She was her house story is like, I think Chinese woman's history. Like when she had 12 years ago, she married to my third grandfather. 14 years ago, she had a first baby giving birth. 3 days passed away and child. And when she's 20, she divorced. So this all her very heavy story make me want to know more. And I made theater piece. Since I involved my mama to this piece, I thought 3 generations we liked. I come back with her and we had body contact. So for her, it's very natural. She doesn't know what is dance. She just told me, let's play. Every day we play each other. And after, yeah, I made theater piece and later because every day I document my rehearsal moment, I editing another movie, it's Dance with Her. Yeah.
Can't stop watching it.
She's the very amazing. Yeah, she.
And you also constantly conversing with each other. Did you see me, right? Right?
Yep.
Can you see me? I think that's very metaphysical, you know. Of course they see each other, but it's like, do you see me? Do you hear me? Do you feel me? Do you really see through me, right? The sense of like identity with each other, identifying with each other.
So much energy.
Yeah.
She's 83 years old when we 84 actually.
But very sadly, she passed away, right? Just when she
Right.
Yeah.
After we danced 2012, she was passed away. Yeah. Thank you for all of your beautiful work. I have to say, I really push it to see all of your work.
I'm so happy to see you. It's first time I see you.
We were in Israel. Oh, maybe we missed you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you to all the artists and all the participating friends and the curators. Yeah, we know actually we have some time. If some of you.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I can't tell you. Oh, I mean, you've done an amazing, so many great artists and so many connections, hidden and not hidden. It's really like the love of Shushan to China and to human beings, and the connection with you, Fangjan. Amazing, really, so touching, and let's stay in contact, and maybe we can have a residency all together somewhere.
Yeah, on the moon. On moon. Wow. We are celebrating. Although I'm crying right now.
Why are you crying?
Miha.
We are happy. We are so happy to have seen all of you here. And it's very sad, you know, we can't be physically together. And we hope someday, very soon, yeah, we can get back. And we really hope our show will be traveling, and also we can incorporate more and more other women artists, right? We can include as many as we've really been impressed with. And it's just, you know,
and happy birthday
journey. Oh, me! Yay! Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you. And do you have any other time? Maybe some second? Oh, thank you. Wow! Look at Nancy. She draws some more lovely green leaves. Right. Thank you for drawing for us. Thank you. And I have to say my great appreciations to Carol Steppenchuk and also Natsu Oyobi. Both of them are my big sisters. They support me while I stranded in Ann Arbor. And like Soshan, we are bonding with each other like sisters, and we support each other, and they're always there spending their free time and you know, with me. And I'm so happy we have a lot of colleagues and lovely friends here. And it's amazing you all stay through. And let's get back soon, meeting each other in person. And do we have other people to want to share your opinions or ideas? Oh, Ime has a question. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Maybe I should just invite the attendees. Kara, are you there? Where is the attendees list?
Yeah,
oh.
I'll make I'll get email. I'll make her. I'll upgrade her. Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyone who wants to ask questions, we will elevate you, and so that you can talk with us and ask a question to each of the artists you are feeling. Thank you.
Sorry, hold on a sec while I do it. But maybe you could read the question and then I'll elevate her. But go
Okay,
ahead and read the question now.
Yeah, okay.
I have a question.
Oh, the question from email is, everyone is more or less influenced by his or her beliefs and values. Then how an artist makes a balance of the beliefs which stem from Christianity or Judaism or others, and the artist's own self-expression or individuality.
Oops.
Okay. Big question.
It's a big, big question. Yeah.
Let's deal with it, next time.
Yeah, we should. Imei was one of the active artists, performance artists. She also is teaching in Shanghai. And she's also very active in making performance artworks. So we have actually started, initiated by Guozhen. Would you like to show your face? Let me.
Hello.
Guozhen Lao Shi, please show your face and we can converse with each other face to face. She's our colleague. She's also a very strong pioneer in activating a group conversation about women, about art, about feminism. It's a global initiative. So we are very thankful for Guozhen Lao Shi to be here and Imei to be here. I mean, yeah, we need a bigger conversation, right? To include, specialists, not only on art, but maybe in literature and in philosophy, psychology, to talk about these deep, big issues.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Does anyone want to talk about?
Here?
Yeah.
So I'm so impressed by all the artists. Our artwork is so incredible, and some of them are very touching, and especially the one who she has no home, and I think she really reached into very deep level, including her culture, her religion, and her family, her own soul. That's one really make standing out. And all others so good. Almost everyone has their own point. And the curators really did a good job this time. So congratulations to everybody. And keeping up, especially for feminism, we need all kind of help. Everybody can join us because because feminists in China still very, how do you say, vulnerable, especially it's happened this recent instance. We get lots of kind of controversial kind of critics. So I see this show opening in China and a big museum, and so I'm very happy to meet you guys. Very happy that we're doing the same thing. Very happy you have strong will, and very happy that I see the work getting more powerful. So maybe we can cooperate later.
Yes.
We can get more results and can influence more people and push these
boundaries.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. I'm it's time is reason just say this now.
Sure.
So I got my speech. Thank you.
Thank you. Imei, would you like to, speak up? You must have some sort of definite answers, right, to the question you posed by yourself. You are the artist. And also, you work as
I feel, very much appreciate your lecture and your introduction and the wonderful art pieces. I feel deeply touched and overwhelmed. And this is the question I'm raising is often the question for myself. because I'm also deeply influenced by Christianity notions and beliefs. And when I do my work, I always think about how much I should weave the religious sentiments, the feelings and notions into my art, but not too much, so that it become a religious work. So I'm asking Xu Jingyu, because I know, and I met her a number of years ago, and I like her work, and we have something in common in this religious expression. But my question maybe for other Chinese artists and also Israeli artists, especially the women artists who showcase a home, a woman without home. Zhang Fang, you have mentioned that this is work related to religious Christianity. Maybe not, maybe yes. So the answer is not direct, maybe implicitly expressed.
Yeah.
Because in Europe, in medieval ages in Europe, art is about religion, is predominantly religion. Religion is the major theme of art. But now it's different. In modern art, especially in contemporary art, we cannot directly put religion into art pieces. So how an artist, whether he's a male artist or female artist, approach this proportion between religions, if you have a religious belief, and your self-expression or individuality, or the issue of religion and freedom, because art is about freedom, but religion is about self-discipline, a sacrifice. Art is about freedom, about fully express yourself. Sometimes, I think more than sometimes, I feel it is a conflict, and how an artist face this, a clash or conflict, inner conflict. I feel about myself when doing my work. Or the question is for others, if you have this kind of a religious belief, and at the same time you're also an artist.
Can I say something?
I have a comment also.
I was thinking it might be no more questions for women. I wonder if it's not more for men, these questions about the division between religions and art. I don't have any belief.
70s.
And but so I put everything in my work, in my beliefs as a woman. Unless I don't have a conflict between religion and in the history of art, I think there was maybe a conflict that men were involved, less women. There were not too many women artists. Christianity and they didn't let us women to do anything. There is no writers, compositions. There's not too many till the 18th century, 19th century starting, very problematic. So I like to leave it behind me. It's me, this kind of question, and that just concentrate on human rights, women and art.
So for you, as far as you are concerned, self-expression is more important than any religious.
No, I will tell, but maybe it's from my impression in Israel that religion is in the hands of men, not of women mostly.
Oh,
so that's why I don't want part in it. They're deciding for women. There are so many problems about it, so I leave it to them. I want to separate from this kind of thinking and to find a new road, a new way between, I don't know what, different discipline, but I don't want them in my frame. I don't want them. They create too much hate and too much, I don't know what, and I don't want this inside me.
Okay, I see, I understand.
I think when we look at art in a progressive, right, more democratic perspective, we should also look at religion. In terms of Christianity, Judaism, or Islam, I believe on the current society and the whole world, the religion is also reincarnating itself. It has been, developed, and to not, we cannot say it's trying to meet the human needs, but it's like, for me, religion is a contact point for me to reach the sublime. The sublime is not only the godly, but also something in yourself. You can have a very high self-esteem, but that doesn't mean you are proud of yourself, or you exaggerate, or you just uplifting yourself way above many others. For me, it's like a connection between myself and another better myself. In that way, I don't see the conflict at all. I see a self-exaltation, a self-esteem. In the old way, in the old world, it will be self-redemption. But I believe religion has the power, at least to encourage me to face challenges, in this whole world. When Noah says the chaos, but we try to seek out order. And then at that moment, I need a religion whatsoever, maybe Christianity, to support me, to back me up. I know there is something sublime, there is supreme, there is a subliminal that can, somehow release me from this world, that's corrupted, that's abandoned, that's chaotic. I think religion really supports people in one way. But if you look for yourself in self-expression, in freedom, that's another way. It's like two channels. You can always reach that point. Like I think Xu Jingyi, when she created that piece, she's confronted with these lambs. She doesn't believe Christianity at all, but it's just later she found out her soul, her love with God, with Jesus. And then she found out, oh, that was like God giving me this inspiration, God blessed, it's just the enlightenment on the part of different people. We should have always an open-mindedness. It's like, I think Jingyu doesn't say, it's like always we are out there in the wilderness in this modernized society, even though we seem to be comforted or embraced by this or that, happiness, sadness, trauma, but always there is a power, it's a superpower that can embrace us, in a real world. I would say that is another real world, not than this world. I mean, this world will be gone, by the time, who knows, this world is just existing for this time being. But there is another higher, more supreme, more clean world, so-called. I mean, I cherish every artist's works. And I even believe I could be an activist, even though I'm religious. This is how, so Shan was amazed at how I can turn myself into a Christian believer. I mean,
yeah, that's great. That's great.
After 50 years, I mean, this is how I found myself, like Wenhui's third grandma, I'm struggling. I mean, I'm trying to untangle all the constraints on me, but only in Jesus, in Christianity, I found my comfort. But it doesn't mean I'm forgetting myself. I'm not following the footstep of man or following, footstep of any human being. It's just also another discovery. It's just life paths can be transpassing around different corners, and this is how, it depends on where you are, how you feel about this society, and how you feel about your inner self. This inner self, this call coming out from inside is the most important thing. I believe always, there is a clash for me.
How come we ended with religion? I don't know, it's a bit...
Oh, that's a long story. We can talk about that much later.
Disappointing for me.
Yeah, thank you. I can talk with you.
I think I understand.
Yeah.
we ended with religion and Jesus and whatever. I really hope that God is. I really hope that God is a woman. Next life it will be a woman. And I think art is much more than just about religions, whatever.
Yeah, it is definitely not, but it's another realm. I mean, it's intermingled, and there are so many.
It just didn't have much to do with our works about religions. I don't think our work spoke about anything to do with religion. So that's what I think.
I understand.
There were no hidden, but I mean, we spoke about want to be free of anything which is already so corrupted.
Right. This is yeah, but that's why we always need to revive ourselves. Refresh. Keep the eyes, the mind.
But we want to fresh while we're alive, not to wait to the next world.
No, I am. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about that issue. I mean, I just love that. We
want it to be clean now.
We are clean, of course. We are very clean spirit. And
I understand Michelle's point, because religion also, religion has a big, how do you say that, been there for a long time and lots of followers. Of course, it must be something's good, and but there's something there. It's like they didn't really point in woman's value in the religion. They say human, man, mostly woman's Christianism that says woman's man's rape, one of the rape made a woman. So that means woman become something part of man. It's not a woman individual.
It's not just a story. It's not just a story. It's not just something that happened. It's a story.
Yeah. There are revival of
the woman. I think a woman created man. So
Yeah, I think there's things that's controversial, and I don't like that point that women came from a man. I think man came from a woman.
We can definitely leave that aside. And so Shan, I would really last minute. I really like to thank very much to Kara Steppenchuk for helping us set up this webinar. Thanks a lot, Kara. Kara, would you like to pop up? And thanks a lot to the curators from Shanghai Himalayas Museum, and thank you for working out this beautiful show and challenge the censorship, all this political stuff inside China, and make a beautiful show presented to the general audience. And thanks all for participating. Kara, you have a last word to say?
Oh, I just wanted to say this was really incredible. I so appreciate seeing video and photography, working together to hear the voice too of the artist. There's such vitality in this, every single piece. It was amazing, not only in the message, but you as artists and as activists and as makers. And I was also fascinated by just the other processes involved in both the photography and the videos, things like the paper cutting and the embroidery, the pattern making, the thread, the recycling of material. And I almost wish, I think I begin to understand why video and photography are the medium, because you can, it allows you, it's portable. You can show this anywhere, everywhere, all the time. And I wonder when the catalog will be coming out. I want a way to anchor it almost too. It's almost like I wish you could pop out some of the objects that were part of this, some of the textiles and the dolls. You just begin to want this tactile part too. It's such a clearly such a part of all the work. But there's so many questions. I think you could go on all day. And I have a question for the curators too, is that how did you all connect and bring this together in this, bringing, this art market, bringing the artists to this collective and just more visibility. You all are really terrific. Again, I can't say how impressed I was by the quality and variety. Is so well done. That's what I have to say. But I do wonder how the network continues to grow and how you brought it all together. Thank you.
Yeah, we actually started out, Soshan and I worked on 2 exhibitions, right, in Israel, thanks to Soshan's efforts, fundraising, right, seeking the location, the museum to introduce contemporary Chinese art, right, much earlier in 2016-17. You know, that collective show, both men and women artists started out in Israel 5-6 years ago. And then later on, like I was telling many friends, and both of us have to depart Beijing. She lived in the US and Israel, and I live in the US mostly. And that's when we start to explore more. And then, yeah, we started to talk about how can we, you know, develop a further concentrated ideas, right? And then, you know, being women, being mothers and being wives, we you know, with some kind of come up with the term, right? The theme also, impersonating myself and becoming myself. So it's like a process of self-discovery and, you know, using the artist's lovely photo and video works to you know, to express our concepts also. So thanks to the artists for their selfless contribution of their lovely creation of the works.
Yeah, thank you, Fan.
Thank you, Soshan. You have a wonderful life, which I admire so much. You live in China. You are by the Yangtze River. I'm stranded. Oh, no.
I can tell you it's not outside.
I know. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. Good evening. Good night. Thank you all. We'll keep on talking. And any kind of issue we are openly discussed. And we have another platform initiated by Guozheng, our teacher, to, you know, to further the conversation between women, art, religion, feminism, modernity, whatever, right? History, culture, you know, all blended into one platform. So that's another conversation we can always carry on. Thank you, Seymour, for coming. You just had the show open, right?
Good night.
You're muted. Thank you all. Yeah, thank you. Have a good evening.
Sorry, Zhangfang. I think I'm very happy. I'm glad to see so many excellent artists and so many excellent works today. Thanks all of you for sharing your great art. And I think, yes, I'm Zhangfang for the first time to see each other. And you created a wonderful exhibition.
And also Soshan includes
and I'm also very happy to see the young generation of Chinese female artists and see their very powerful works. Normally in China, female artists basically deny that they are feminist artists. There are many reasons in China, but I would like to ask a question to Qian Ruya and Liu Zilin.
Yes, Zilin is here.
Are you there?
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, just
okay.
Left, I think. Yeah.
Then Liu Zilin, I would like to know if somebody call you feminist artist. What do you think about this? Yes, Liu Zilin, I think. Are you there?
Zilin. Oh, Zilin. Oh, okay. Can you unmute?
I'm here.
Yeah, did you hear Li Xingmo's question? How do you see?
No, sorry.
She's wondering, how do you see your works bearing some significance or some features of feminist perceptions?
Can you see
in Chinese? 他说，就是你那个作品中有没有女权的或者女性主义那种明显的意识？当你创作，比方说开始是个没有，后来是不是后期会有
？No， 我 Can I speak Chinese?
Sure, I can do the translation.
You can speak. 你可以。对，我
Thank you
想
so
问的一个
much.
问题，我可以用中文说一下，就是因为在中国，我刚才问的一个问题是，很多的女艺术家，就是特别是我这一代，或者是比我在年长一代的女艺术家，其实都在否认自己是女性主义艺术家。还有包括他们的作品也都不是女性主义艺术，即使他们的作品看上去非常的带有女性主义这种意识的，但是他还是否认。因为我看到几位就是特别年轻的那个女艺术家是，作品也特别棒，而且我记得是在你讲你的作品的时候，其实就是那种意识是非常强烈的，就关于这种性别的这种意识。我就想问的问题说，就是刚才张放也解释了一下，可能也有这个部分，就是说你是不是带着这种比较明确的女权意识来做这个作品，或者是如果还有一个问题就是，比如说你是不是当别人说这个作品非常女权主义或者女性主义的时候，你的感觉是怎么样？或者是你愿意有人称你为女权主义艺术家吗？就这么一个问题吧。
明白。其实就是我觉得这个女权主义或者女性主义，在我当时创作的时候，大概在10年前的时候，好像社会上并没有这么很强的一种声音，所以我是在后来我不断的展览的过程当中，我发现越来越多的人开始注意到这个问题的时候，我才开始就是也开始关注自己为什么一开始会选择一些女性去做。然后其实我特别想回答你第二个问题，因为这个问题我自己反思了很久，就是因为不断的有人会跟我就是反馈说，从我的作品当中会看到这一些。说实话，最早的时候我自己是比较困惑的，因为我觉得我创作的初衷并没有想探讨这个问题，但是后来我意识到为什么大家越来越关注，而且我现在就是不会产生一些抗拒，就是当别人这样评论我的时候，甚至我会开始比较拥抱大家，愿意去探讨这个问题，是因为我发现就是我可能属于比较幸运的一些人，就是从原生家庭也好，然后到自己学习，然后再到自己工作，包括自己创作，就是一系列的经历，还有自身性格的一部分。我是一个比较自信的人，就是这些东西会带给我很多的优势，让我去忽略我作为女性本身会遇到的问题。然后在我身边的朋友或者是我所接触的人群，可能也基本上跟我就是差不多。我觉得就是这种城市里受过良好教育的女性，可能会就是在潜意识里面，就是因为自身有很多其他的优势，会忽略这个。然后因为现在就是网络很发达，你会经常看到一些比较底层的，因为中国就是这种农民的人口基数特别大，然后就有很多你在你实际生活中永远都不会遇到的问题，你会发现就是很真实的，每天都在发生。然后这个时候就是我慢慢的意识到，就是不是我不会遇到这个问题，只是因为我有其他方面的优势，让我现在还没有遇到这样的困难。所以就是我现在不会就是不喜欢别人说我是一个什么女权主义，我是觉得就是还是要很客观的看待这个，而且当我们有机会去发生探讨这些问题的时候，还是不要逃避。所以就是可以解释说为什么很多人能从我的作品当中看到这些东西，那是因为他们所处的角度其实可能就是我自己是比较单一的，他站在另外一个很对立的角度看到的时候，其实是完整了我作品的另外一个维度。所以我是目前还是就是从反馈当中，我自己反而学到了很多，就是这样子。
好，谢谢。 说的非常好，很高兴认识啊。这个展览的确做得非常不错，我是刚知道就有这么多的那个，而且好多新的艺术家我都不认识，就是没有见过，孤陋寡闻。有一些对艺术家我还是就是了解知道一些啊，但是我见过你的作品，但是就没见过人，这点是第一次见。
好多人见过我。
对，那个作品还是挺棒的，对，非常棒。
Let me summarize what Celine responded to Simo's question about how she looks at even the tint of, feminist perception into her artwork. She's saying because she was fortunate, she was born into a good family, she had very good education and very good career. And so sometimes she doesn't, feel like what the other people have been feeling about. So for example, she's not one of the most underprivileged people, in West China, a lot of poor women, a lot of poor people have very bad life experience, a lot of sufferings, and she's fortunate, she's lucky, and she has a quite kind of like upper level standard of life in China. But she does share her sympathy with many others, and she agrees that there are a lot of people out there, when they see her work, they must feel like there is strong women and feminist voices being presented there. And that this, even though that's not her self-presentation, but she really loves that part. And she says now this perception from the viewers, from the audience, actually adds on another layer, even broadens her dimension. So that makes her work more complete. So she said whenever there's a chance to talk about her work, even though it might be challenged with feminist perception or not, she would really like to, to answer very positively, and also invite people to share their ideas. So yeah, so it's lovely that we can have a lot of younger artists and who can, open their mind to not only their art making, their process, their art practice, but also opens up to the viewers, receiving from the reception point of view, how can incorporate their, people's idea into their making. So it's like a two-channel organic intercommunication. So that will further, enrich your artistic thinking. So that's a very, very fruitful conversation, I believe. Yeah.
Thank you.
Does any of you want to speak up? Younger artists are lovely, and yeah, now it's like really late in China, 11 p.m. Do you still want to go on, or you want to say bye and we can, come on board another time? And always, I mean, for the museum, this is just a second step of our show. I mean, we traveled from Shanghai Tech to Shanghai Himalaya, and actually this show should be opened in Guangzhou Museum Contemporary Art, but some mishaps happened. And also in Chengdu, the Israeli embassy is also supporting our show, and we try to, seek out some funding and also find a museum in Chengdu. And definitely we want to travel the show overseas. Yeah, Kara said, please bring the show to the US. Yeah, that's a very big challenge for us, at the time, lockdown, pandemic, how could we explore this online? Definitely we should develop an online maybe website to showcase these artworks. Thank you all, and we hope the conversation will continue, and feel free to contact us with any questions you have, or even drop us some further links to your contemporary new works. And it's always our curators' perspectives and love to receive more and more, artist participation and keeping inspired. Thank you all for coming. It's 3 hours. Oh my goodness, we doubled.
Thank you.
Thank you for all coming.
Thank
you. Oh, tomorrow is Mother's Day. Say love and to your mom.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you all for coming.
Welcome, join us next
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah, so I can, anyone who want to join us on another platform discussing feminist and women responsibility, women's challenges, you definitely can drop me a line and we can put it into another bigger WeChat group and like monthly, right? Guozheng will and some other people will continue, on these conversations.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing, the person, the artist just talk about the Xinhua's question. I think lots of artists in that kind of stage.
Yeah.
So we, by talking, by discussion, we can get our mind more clear.
Yeah.
And as artists, I think you have duty to yourself, you have duty to family, but mostly you have duty to the human race.
Yes,
and to the culture.
curiosity.
Yes. No, this should be a very important thing that when during daily life we almost ignored that. That's very actually, you come to a certain level, that's very important. So I'm so appreciated to be in this meeting, and thank you for fun and
thank
curators,
you for coming.
doing
So
this.
Shan, thank you for tuning in.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Go to bed. Thank you. Have a nice stream. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
So, Kara, would you like to skip 1 minute? Thank you. Bye-bye. See you. Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. So I will keep on talking with Kara a little bit. See you.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you for coming. What a day. I didn't know it's such long. Oh my goodness. You are muted, Kara. You are muted.
Okay, I was going to stop the recording now. Okay, pause, stop. Do you want to stop? Yes.
Yeah.